It's finally happened. Cyberpunk 2077 was re-revealed to the world at Microsoft's E3 conference. The announcement sent much of the gaming community into a bit of a frenzy, and there's a lot of information to digest.
A new trailer for Cyberpunk 2077 was shown at the end of Microsoft's E3 conference on Sunday. It gave us our first look at the world, some characters, and the general tone of the game. Developer CD Projekt RED also shared some more information about the game in the trailer's YouTube description, and here's what they said. Cyberpunk 2077 is a narrative-driven open-world RPG set in the most vibrant and dangerous metropolis of the future, Night City. You play as V, a hired gun on the rise, who just got their first serious contract. In a world of cyber-enhanced street warriors, tech-savvy netrunners, and corporate life hackers, today is your first step to becoming an urban legend. Cyberpunk 2077 is set in the same universe as Mike Pondsmith's classic pen and paper RPG system, Cyberpunk 2020.
Eagle-eyed viewers also spotted a message from CD Projekt hidden inside the game's trailer, and they've pieced it together for everyone to read. Here we go. This is a lot of reading out. The hidden message reads, quote, "It's been over 2077 days since we announced our plan to develop Cyberpunk 2077. We released a CGI trailer, we gave some interviews, and went dark. Normal procedure for these kinds of things, you announce the game and then shut up, roll up your sleeves and go to work. We wanted to give you The Witcher 3 and both expansions first, which is why this period of staying silent was longer than we planned. Sorry for that. As soon as we concluded work on Blood and Wine, we were able to go full speed ahead with Cyberpunk 2077's pre-production, but we chose to remain silent. Why? At some point, we made a decision to resume talking about the game only when we have something to show, something meaningful and substantial. This is because we do realise you've been impatiently waiting for a very long time, and we wouldn't want anyone to feel that we're taking this for granted. On the contrary, it gives us a lot of extra motivation. The hype is real, so the sweat and tears need to be real too. But to the point, today is the day. If you're seeing this, it means you saw the trailer. Our vision of Cyberpunk, an alternative version of the future where America is in pieces, mega corporations control all aspects of civilized life, and gangs rule the rest. And while this world is full of adrenaline, don't let the car chasers and guns mislead you. Cyberpunk 2077 is a true single-player, story-driven RPG. You'll be able to create your own character and, well, you'll get to know the rest from what we show you at our booth at E3. Be on the lookout for previews. So what they've essentially done here is put a press release in the trailer, in the actual trailer, which is a nice touch. I mean, given exactly what the game's about, you know, Cyberpunk 2077, hackers and all that, just the internet is cool that they've done that and made a trailer. Jake put it great in the office. They've made a trailer for 2018, for today's day and age, where they'll put that out, and then people on Reddit and Reset Era and whatever will go picking through it with a, you know, with a
fine-tooth comb.
No. Do you know what I mean?
Magnifying glass?
A magnifying glass. They'll pick. See how we did that here with a little game of charades there. That's usually how we communicate in the office.
2 words.
They've made that trailer for those people, which I really love, and the fact that they've been waiting so long for it, and then they get not only a trailer but a hidden message in the trailer to find. That's cool. That's all fun and all part of good marketing.
And that isn't even the end of it. The trailer also contained a hidden FAQ which answers some of the biggest questions people have about the game. Here's what CD Projekt had to say, quote, "Before we finish, you probably have some questions, right? Question 1, when? When we told you we would only release the game when it's ready, we meant it. We're definitely much closer to a release date than we were back then, smiley face. But it's still not the time to confirm anything, so patience is still required. Quality is the only thing that drives us. It's the beauty of being an independent studio and your own publisher." Question 2, how big? Seriously big, but to be honest, we have no bloody clue at this point in time. Once we put it all together, we will openly tell you what you can expect. And we promise we'll do this before we start talking about any pre-orders or ask anything of you. Question 3, free DLC, expansions, DRM. Expect nothing less than you got with The Witcher 3. As for DRM, Cyberpunk 2077 will be 100% DRM free on PC. And the last question, microtransactions in a single player role-playing game? Are you nuts? Once again, thank you for your patience. If you have a minute, do visit cyberpunk.net and share your opinion about anything with us. We read everything you post and we treat it very seriously. Yours, CD Projekt RED team. This is such a personal touch. I love this approach. The fact that they have stayed quiet for five years. They've not said anything about the game. The The Twitter has been like, it blew up recently when what was it? Beep.
Or bleep or whatever.
It beeped, and everyone went crazy. Everyone was just dying for information, and they've released it all here over the course of like 2 frames in the trailer. I think it is. You've got to put the 2 frames together to be able to get something like that. It's quite sneaky that they've done it, but it's a personal message, and it's speaking directly to the fans, answering loads of questions, and basically giving out a lot of information. I commend them for it. No microtransactions. Yay, definitely a single player game, and implications that there might be free DLC like it was in The Witcher 3, which again is awesome.
Yeah, apparently they also hid codes for The Witcher 3 Ultimate Edition in the trailer, so again more little things for people to find just from combing through the trailer, so that's all cool.
That was awesome.
Yeah, as for the tone, I'm on board with it. I think that's fine, and it kind of, for me, is fully appropriate to what we saw in The Witcher 3, The Witcher 2. There were dark things in those games, horrible things. There's also lots of humour. There's also places where it's funny, and the world is that big that you can go to areas and spend hours doing something that's not that nice. But then you could, there's another part of the game where you're just talking to a dwarf who really throws horrible insults at you, and it's hilarious. Tonally, The Witcher 3 is kind of up and down, but that's good. That's because it's like, that's how the real world is. Sometimes you laugh and sometimes you're miserable. So I was fully on board for the tone of the trailer, the way it came across, because you can do both those things. And there were some nasty things in that trailer. There were some bad things going on. So there you go. I think it looks pretty cool.
And the last thing to note, I guess, is the protagonist, right? We've got confirmation that you're playing as this character called V. It's pretty much confirmed that you can customize your character, but we were speculating previously, because that's all we were left to, whether you could customize, you could choose your role and your profession in the world. Apparently not. You're a gun for hire type of person, although you can customize your character a bit like maybe Mass Effect Andromeda. There'll be a voice protagonist, we can assume, because the trailer itself had the narration from the protagonist. So you can customize your appearance and maybe a bit of your attributes, but you're locked into V and how he sounds. So that is confirmation of a lot of information. Although they will be showing off a lot more behind closed doors later in the week. They've probably got a playable demo, which is been speculated to, so we might actually get some gameplay, which again would be awesome. If it does happen, we will definitely cover it. Watch this space.
So that's what we know about Cyberpunk 2077 based off what we learned in the conferences, but there could be some more in the week, like Gareth just said. Let us know down in the comments below what you think of all this. Remember to like and subscribe if you happen to enjoy the video. There's another one right there which you can watch right now if you want, and a link to Patreon if you do want to support the channel. See you next time.